Hey everybody, welcome back. So I've been kind of tossing this video up, which direction to go. You know, it's like, do I continue on with the church? Do I go back into some of the other people's, videos about hell? Um, you know, and then there was a particular question that was asked. If I never truly seen heaven, and I never felt the presence of Jesus, would I be doing these videos? Well, I thought about this. And I guess I'm going to answer this question with the question. Do you believe that God is the same God as he was yesterday as he is today? And if you can answer that question with a yes, then yes. Why would I not? I just wouldn't be able to touch on the heaven so much. But I can tell you one thing. When you finally do get to meet Jesus, and he just looks at you and he just gives you that smile, it's kind of like being embraced by thousands of people's hugs, and you just feel the peace, like you just get wrapped up in that moment. And there's no other experience that I could ever find here on the earth that just matches just a smile alone. We have the peace in life because we know that God is the same yesterday that he is today. You think about when the beginning of creation, it's still the same God. We still serve the same God. It's just totally amazing. You go to where Jesus is, and just going through that birth all the way up to the crucifixion, coming back and revealing himself to the disciples. Now you got to look at this. You ever really read the Bible and just sit there and think about the Bible? And I mean truly just sit and think about the words and truly read the verses and actually take your time on it. What about the time when the Pharisees brought the prostitute, per se, and caught her in the act of what she was doing? Now, according to the laws of Moses, such things should be stoned. You should be stoned to death. Can you imagine today if we had those laws still in effect? Oh my goodness. Think about it. Think about theft. Think about every way that they punished people back then, if that still took place today. And that's what I was trying to bring in to the point on that one video. I don't know if it was, I forget which one it was, where I was saying if you take the prisoners out and make them work, take them over to these foreign countries, even if they ran people, they wouldn't run. I guarantee it. There isn't anybody in their right mind that would go over there and take off and to be left over there by yourself. You stand a better chance of fighting 6 pet bulls that hasn't eaten in 2 weeks and winning that than you do taking off over there. I don't want anybody to die. I mean, it's not about that. It's about stopping the nonsense. There's so much fear and there's so much chaos going on in this world. But what is fear? They even have a split second of fear. It's saying to God, you have no idea and you don't know how to run this world. You don't know how to protect us. That's what fear does. It takes the power away from God. It's pretty much saying that he's not capable of stopping what's going on out here. But anyways, let's get back to the prostitute. Let's get back to that particular moment in life. They bring her forward, and what does Jesus do? According to the Bible, he writes on the ground, in the dirt, in the sand, whatever. We know that Moses went to Mount Sinai. He was given the Ten Commandments. So, did Jesus write on the Ten Commandments? Is that what he was writing to the Pharisees? The same thing. I wrote those commandments and gave them to Moses with my very finger. Read the Bible. I believe so. And that's why they dropped their stone. But can you imagine if we're supposed to learn from the elders? It doesn't really happen anymore. How many times was the last time that someone sat down with their grandfather or their great-grandfather and sat and picked their brain? It's all nonsense today. That's what nursing homes are for, right? It's sad. It's really sad, some of the people inside a nursing home, because nobody comes and sees them, the holidays. And, you know, I think about, where would I be today? Where would I be today if Jesus never reached out to me? Would I be in the place where I'm at today? I can honestly answer that question. If you go back a few videos, I don't even know how many videos are on here at this point, to be honest. I just think I talk way too much. I mean, seriously. But you know what? It's like people, I just have so many thoughts. I mean, there's so much that goes on in my head. There's so many things that I see that I literally think it would give some people nightmares. I think people would have trouble sleeping with the very things that I see with my very eyes. And it's hard sometimes. You know, it's really hard to determine, has something taken place already, or was it just a vision? And then when it comes to happen, it's like, you ever have one of those moments when you go, man, this is like deja vu? Well, that's all the time. It happens all the time. Someone commented on the God video, but it obviously, YouTube must have either deleted or I don't know. Can you actually go and delete your own post if you put it on someone else's post? Can you still go on there and delete it? I don't know. Maybe the person come and deleted the post themselves. Their comment was basically, I'm just going to put it in a nice way. At the end, it was a very Oscar moment. And I'm going to leave the rest of the nonsense out. First of all, no. Don't even go there. Second of all, aren't we here to try to help people? Are we here to just allow the devil to walk in and take it? Sometimes a total stranger can get and reach into them dark areas. See, I'm not afraid to go into them dark alleys. I know, I know. Delete them, delete this, delete that. Well, let me answer those questions with this. We all know who Joel Osteen is. Show me one teaching where he talks about anything about hell, anything about the end times. He talks about prospering. If you bring up any kind of question to him, sorry, it's just like, good night. And it's like itching, like I got chicken pox or something. No, I don't have chicken pox. But Joel Osteen speaks a very prosperous word. Everything his thing is, I don't have to say something to somebody. They already know what they're doing. No, they don't. Most of these people have no clue they're in sin because they're listening to your watered down messages. Oh, that's right. You only care about the checks and the money and how much money that you go to the bank with. You should be ashamed of yourself. These people believe in you. These people trust in you. These people are buying your nonsense books. I got a sister that buys your books. I was over at her house one day and I started reading it and I'm like, you actually read this stuff? You believe this stuff? You have a better opportunity, and I'm not saying this, but this is what I said. That fortune teller you go to has about as much chance of getting something right as Joel Osteen does. Well, she's right. Yeah, she's right. Because she knows who you are. You develop a relationship with this person. You come in there and you start spewing out stuff. It don't take them long to put a picture together. If you go in there and you're totally silent, I did. I actually went years and years ago. I was about 16, 17. And I walked in there, $20, even $20 back then was, man, I could live a couple good days on that. Can't even do it without keeping a straight face because I could just picture someone going, man, how old are you? How old am I? I'm glad you asked. You want to know? I'm 26. See what happens when you live a long, hard life? No, I'm not 26. I'm older than that. Obviously. I feel today like I'm about about 106. It's been a long day. Long day. A lot of rain, a lot of high winds. My trailer had about almost 44,500 pounds on it, and it was just blowing me, just rocking it back and forth, pulling me out of the lanes and stuff. It gets a little scary, especially if there's cars coming up next to you. Note to yourself, if you ever see a semi-trailer swaying and coming up out of the lanes, you might not want to pass it so fast. Also note to self, if a truck driver sees that, they probably should be getting off the road. But anyways, boomerang effect. Sometimes I wonder what goes, just your thoughts sometimes with these videos, because I've actually went back and watched a couple of them because people comment some of the stuff they comment. So I'm just curious. I'm curious to see what they're seeing. That because it's not like I go back and watch this. It's not like I go back and read the comments as I commented to you. No, it's not fake. Everything I comment to you is how I'm feeling in the moment. some people say that, hey, the comments are kind of what you commented to me is kind of like what you commented to the other one. Again, it's what I'm feeling at the moment. It's from the heart. I'm not exaggerating things up here. I'm not making up stuff. I got a lot better things to do with my time than to make up stories. I think sometimes we should be just grateful that people actually care and want to bring you truth. Right, I'm getting there. Thanks for reminding me. Fortune teller. So I paid the $20. I was disgusted by paying $20. Then I actually told her this. I said, "This is crazy. I'm paying you $20. What if you get nothing right?" She looked at me and she goes, "Oh, is this your first time here?" And I said, "Yes, probably going to be my last too, because I'm not going to pay you $20 to tell me that I just paid you $20 and you're going to tell me a bunch of nonsense that isn't true. Are you a disbeliever?" No, I'm not a disbeliever. I understand what the tarot cards goes. By the way, which deck are you using? And she stared at me. Oh. And I said, "Are you going to light a candle? Are you going to sprinkle the dust first? I mean, which direction are we going with this? Because if you break out a crystal ball, I'm going to call you out on that. So I don't recommend you turn on any fake lights in a crystal ball type thing because it's wired up underneath the table. If you like, I crawl under there and I'll show you exactly where your wire is and how you're feeding it. So, do you want to continue on this conversation?" She looked at me and goes, "No." She goes, "So you know the spirits?" I said, "Probably better than you, to be honest. And I'm paying you to tell me something about myself." I said, "So why don't you tell me something about myself?" So she gave me $10 back since it was my first time. How nice. And I'm sitting there. She starts looking at the cards and she flips over 5 cards. And I'm looking down at the cards. And I look back up at her. She goes, "I see this one. The spirit card." I'm trying not to laugh. The spirit card. "I see your disbelief in the spirits, and it's making me hard to get a good reading on you." And this is what I'm doing to her. "I see I just paid you $10 to tell me something I just told you. I see you're full of it. I just got done telling you I know the spirit realm. So how in the world are you not getting a good reading? I am about it as much in the demonic activity. I'm probably more in the demonic activity than you are." And she stared at me. I said, "That card right there that you just flipped over, that you said it's in the spirit, that is not what that means. It means an ancient attachment. And if you flip the next one, and if it's this card, it means this. Because the way you shuffled every third card I've watched from the deck, that when I flipped over the first 10 cards, you shuffled every third card. So if you pull every third card, guarantee it, that third card is going to be a death card. And you're going to proceed to tell me something about myself that's going to happen. Most likely, how? Tell me something about myself that only you would know through the spirit." She says, "Before you reach the age of 19, you will have a black car." Really? I got about 3 black car sitting. Then I'm pulling the engine because I need the block out of one car, and I'm rebuilding a car, so it's not uncommon to have a black car. It's not uncommon to have a white car. I mean, back at you go back into the 80s and stuff, and you look at it. We had black, maroon. I mean, it was like typical colors. She says you're going to die in a car accident. In a black car. Could you tell me exactly how this is going to happen? And she looks at me, she goes, I just said you're going to die in a car accident. Okay. By the time I'm 19. What else? Give me something else, because right now this is ridiculous. Because my sister just told you that I build cars and I race cars. And I drive extremely fast. So, again, you're feeding off of what she told you. Tell me something that only you would know through the Spirit. Instead of dragging this all the way through, do you see how nonsense the devil is? But yet we listen to him. We listen to him because we allow him to tell us that we're useless, we're worthless, we're never going to amount to anything. We allow the devil to pull things away from us. But why do we do it? Because of fear. See, the devil likes to send things into your life to make things happen that you're not understanding why it's happening. Are you being woke up in the middle of the night? Are you having bad dreams, nightmares? Let me tell you, if I was to tell you half of my dreams and half the visions and stuff I have, holy moly. I mean, that's a couple of videos right there. I wasn't actually even going to come on to do a video today because I've actually been going back on there because I know there's a few people that I promised to do videos for. And all I'm saying is, if you come across this video, and I said I was going to do your video, and I've been trying to mention this on different videos, please let me know what it was. Because I have like 4 or 5 topics on a piece of paper, and I forgot to write the names, I forgot to write what video it was on, and to go back to them particular videos to even see what the comments and stuff were. I had them written down, but I don't know what I did with that tablet. I tore this truck apart. I spent about an hour and a half going through everything in this truck. And unless I took it home, which I probably wouldn't have done. If I did, I would have kept it with my stuff that I bring back. I do apologize, honestly. I am going to work on the Bible study material. I'm actually kind of looking forward to that. I mean, it's I'm hoping a lot of people get excited and want to join in on it. It'd be really great. But if not, I totally understand. I mean, it's not like I'm saying, oh, you got to do this. But people, I know we're getting ready to go into some very difficult times. And these prospering pastors that don't want to speak on anything isn't going to do us any good. I mean, seriously, it's not going to do nothing. 90% of them people are going to be left here anyways. The idea is to get us ready to continue to move forward, because Jesus is that bridgeway. He's on that bridge. He's waiting for us to get there so he can lift us up and take us home. So that means we got to keep picking up our crosses. We got to keep moving. I have no problems taking the time and reaching back out. I did that tonight with a few people because I haven't heard from them in a while. You know, to come on and do these videos and to put yourself out there and to get the comments and reviews, you know, it's really touching, honestly. You got to look at yesterday. What have we learned from it? Because we're repeating the same patterns. We don't even realize what's going on. You know, we see the president stumbling, running around the stage, can't get off of there. You know, it's like we just keep repeating that same cycle over and over and over. You know, and it does get to a point where you just want to make fun of them, or you want to just come against it. Well, we got to be careful doing that too, because that is a very fine line between judgment, gossiping. How many times have you heard people in your life say, well, it's just a little white lie, I didn't want to hurt that person's feelings, so it's going to be okay? No, it's not. Because you're falsely leading somebody. It's not okay. It's not even okay in God's eyes. So many things that we do that we try to twist it a little bit to make it fit our agenda and not God's. Jesus said, pick up your cross, follow me daily. Well, he never guaranteed our life was going to be easy. Never guaranteed that you were going to be accepted in your own hometown. So we have to expect the worst. We get attacked by sinners. They go off and back to doing their same nonsense, ridiculous lives, and we're the ones beaten up and battered over it. So, what have we learned? Nothing if we keep repeating it. You know, if I had to say, I want you to pick 10 things positive about yourself and 10 things that is negative, which one do you think that you would fill up faster? Then, on the third list, yeah, here we go with those boards again. I actually think that's a good idea. I literally think it eliminates embarrassment out of people because they need help or they're in assistance for something. But then again, they're putting their name right out there on the board. Just like if somebody's coming down to the altar. Why are we having such thoughts? I am so glad that these people that can come against the people that's coming down there, whether they know what they're going down there for, they could simply want prayer. Who knows? Maybe they did have a sin in their life. Maybe they want to confess it. I don't need to confess it to a pastor. I don't need to confess it to a father. I don't need to confess it to nobody but the Lord Jesus Christ. The only one that can take it from me. No one else can but him. Sin continues to increase because we don't want to let go of the flesh. And if we don't let go of the flesh, how are we going to make it into heaven? If you won't let go of the flesh and you're still here after the rapture, I'm going to just flat out tell you, most likely the chances of you making it to heaven is probably slim to none. You can't willingly do it now, and you can't make it now when you still have access to Jesus. What are you going to do when you don't have access to him? Because, let's face it, he's going to be celebrating with the people that God has given him. So, little nuggets tonight. It's just, I don't know. It's just one of those moments that I've been thinking about a lot of things lately. And just life in general. Just avenues and dead ends, I guess is a better way to put it. A lot of what ifs comes to mind. Well, what if God doesn't come? But then the Bible's void. His word's void. Do you really think you can look out your window right now and see all the stuff that's happening? That, they are bowing down to that statue. And I'm not going to say its name. They rode a bull and worshipped it and bowed. You go back to Daniel's days. Daniel was faithful. He kneeled down, didn't shut a door, didn't shut a window, didn't shut anything. He just kneeled down and prayed. How do I know that he didn't shut anything? Because he got caught. He was tossed into the lion's den. Meshach, they went into the fire. So today we're too busy bowing towards the devil's ways instead of God's ways. Because we walk in every kind of avenue there is but the truth and what we should be doing. We use the Bible for our gain, for our purpose. We allow them to take God out of everything, and they just tried it again with Christmas this year. A lot of people did do it. A lot of people, so many comments on that. And I mean, not per se on this channel, but I'm saying I actually read a lot of stuff. One guy's comment, I mean, I don't really know who this guy is, but he's got his own channel. And he sent me his thing was this. I'm trying to think of the best way to say what he wrote. I guess the best way is to say this. If God came to earth, as I was saying, I said, okay, I'm with you. If God allows these type of situations to take place compared to these type, and I'm going, first of all, we take God out of the churches. We're allowing God to be taken out of schools. We're allowing God to be taken away from the world. And people don't care. They don't care. They're bowing to these statues of satanic rituals. And they think this is the greatest thing ever. This stuff just happened. Again. And I'm like, wait a minute, this is the same video that I've watched years ago. And he said, no, this just happened. The end, about October, somewhere in October. So right about November 15th, they were bowing to this statue. Well, we know what happened in Nebuchadnezzar's days. He was let out and ran like a rabid dog. Excuse me. Um, so many thoughts, people. There's so many things that are happening out here in this world that we're getting ready to see food shortage like you've never seen. They are trying to tear down America. Look how much hate's out there. Look how many children are coming against their parents. Look how many children the devil's swiping away from people. Think about it. The devil wants to make your children lazy, not intelligent. He wants them to just veggie pretty much and not move. He wants them to have such low self-esteem. He doesn't want them to know truth. He doesn't want them to know the Bible. He wants these fake churches, per se, as he's calling them, because they become overcrowded with non-believers. You may say, well, didn't you just say there's 90% of the people? Yes, 90% of the same people that comes every week. Doesn't mean they're all godly. Oh, that's where the big light bulb goes off. You're right. These people are the ones pointing the fingers, the one gossiping against someone else, the one, did you see what Helen was doing? Oh my gosh, I can't believe she went up in, first of all, I can't believe she went up in that ugly dress. Second of all, I know what she was confessing. Oh yeah, what was it? Yeah, what was it? Helen obviously gave her trust to you and you just toss it away like it's an old piece of garbage. People, this stuff is happening all the time. It's happening in churches. It's happening in your everyday lives anymore. You know, if you work at some kind of office building, my hat's off to you. I couldn't put up with it no more. I could not work in another factory if I had to, because I could not stay. Yes, if the Lord called me in there, I would do it. I have been into places with the Lord that He has called me into doing things, and I didn't want to do it. I seriously didn't want to do it. And you know what goes through my head? There you go. Glad you asked. Here's what. The thing that runs through my head is I don't want to be Jonah being swallowed by a great fish. We have it too easy. We have it too easy because we can just call on Jesus. We use Jesus and God like an ATM machine. What are you going to do when God's on his way back through and says, you know what? I'm going to need you guys to make a deposit with me. Makes you wonder, don't it? So, let me ask you all a question. Whoever comes across this video, what would you like to see in the upcoming events and the videos? What would you like to see more of? And I guess it's kind of going to give me a direction to go in, because I'm kind of torn on which way to go with it. I am still going to do the Bible studies. I am still going to do the teaching on the one gentleman's videos that he would like. So, again, I'm really excited about that. And again, I thank you for being so patient and allowing me to get back to your messages and want an answer. Again, I'm honored and privileged that you're calling on me to give you some guidance and anything. I'm still kind of lost on all that, but hey, we're in this together. I told you, riding in the boat was a lot easier than getting on that airplane. So, hopefully I gave you some nuggets tonight, and I'm going to really think about where I'm going to go with this next group of messages. And I'm going to really try to figure out if I want to go more towards more of the hell or to come back towards the heaven and that in between. In between, I think we need to know right now. And I know some of you might not understand what the in between means, but you will. You will when I do that video. So that being said, God bless you guys. And I know this video is probably all over the place, but I'm just curious. I really am just curious to see what direction you want to go in. So let me know. Your opinion matters. You matter. You have a purpose, plan, and a reason. That's why you're here. That's why God has chose you to be here. And don't let anybody ever tell you otherwise. I'm probably, if I don't get to it tonight, I'll definitely get it done sometime tomorrow. If not, towards the evening time, because if everything goes right, I should be home tomorrow, which would be awesome. So I do have a couple videos that I've been working a lot on, and I just finished writing everything down on the last video. So I'm definitely going to get this one uploaded and hopefully answer some more of you guys' questions, and hopefully stumble back across, if I haven't already heard from somebody yet, on a current video that you would like to have done. So that being said, let me pray. Heavenly Father, I thank you for this day. I thank you for all that you have given us and keeping us safe. I thank you for the protection over us, and I just ask that you continue to watch our sight and our hearing. Lord, just let it be done under your name. Let nothing we do form against us. Let us be the light. Let us be the salt. And let us continue just to lift it all up in your name. We are blessed and honored to have you, Lord, as our shepherd and as our king. We thank you for just continue to give us the very best when we don't even deserve it. And we just continue to thank you. We lift your name on high. In your holy, glorious name, we say and ask of these things. Amen. All right, guys. Please comment. Please let me know what you're thinking. And we'll meet in the middle. So don't forget, there's going to be some Bible studies coming up. There's going to be kind of like a discipleship class, I guess is a better way to say it. And we're going to pretty much dig in there. And I still want to do a meet and greet. I'm still trying to figure out a different thing to do than Zoom. I think it's Zoom. I don't know what it's called anymore. I'm starting to, there's so much going on. I mean, honestly, I know I prayed, but I honestly just want to say this. Because we've been talking about the darkness a lot, and these videos are popping up. And, well, I'll do that one over the weekend, too. I'm going to mark it down right now here in a minute. I'm going to mark it down so I remember to go back and do that video. Just remember, if you don't see anything about a darkness, shadows coming, remind me, and I'll get on it. But either way, guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for walking down what could be either easy or difficult time frame to go through. But most of all, I thank you for your support. I thank you for your comments. And I thank you so much for all that you do for God and Jesus, most of all. And let it come down the order. God bless you. Love you. Till the next one.